Hello, friends. I'm Meet Shukla, and you're watching Balmurthy Online in English, an initiative by the Unified Growth Foundation. Today's episode, The Festival of Stories, is based on the Gujarati article Vartani Parab by Hasmukh Patel. It beautifully reminds us that storytelling is not just about entertaining children, but about shaping their emotions, values, and creativity. Every story a parent tells, whether at bedtime, during play, or in daily life, becomes a thread that strengthens the bond between a parent and a child. Let's have a look.
Namaste everyone and a very warm welcome to our special episode today. I'm Arjun.
And I'm Priya. Arjun, today we have an article that feels less like a piece of writing and more like a heart-to-heart conversation with a wise friend.
Right.
It's called The Festival of Stories by Hasmukh Patel, which is a part of the Balmurthy Online Project, an initiative by the Unified Growth Foundation.
It really is, Priya. He opens with such a relatable confession, telling his 2-year and 9-month-old daughter Astha her first story and worrying that they were a year behind schedule. As a parent, that feeling of am I doing this right is all too familiar.
Completely. But then he immediately puts us at ease with this profound piece of wisdom.
Right.
There's no such thing as being early or late with stories.
Right.
He says a story can begin with a lullaby, a smile, a whisper.
Wow.
It's not an event to be scheduled. It's woven into the very fabric of connection. It reminds me of the stories my nanny would tell, not just at bedtime, but while cooking or just sitting in the courtyard.
That's a beautiful way to put it. He challenges the whole idea of following a manual.
Yeah.
He offers a much more intuitive guide, quoting, read the child, understand the child. That's where it all begins.
Yeah.
And from that understanding, he built a world of stories for Astha that was intentionally positive.
And that's the part that I feel is so crucial for our times. He says every story he told had the same thread: kindness, compassion, friendship, honesty. There were no villains, no trickery. Think about that. He was consciously creating a safe, harmonious world for her imagination to live in.
Wow, it's a radical act of parenting, really. Especially when he admits they stopped their subscription to a popular magazine like Chanda Mama.
Right.
Because it didn't align with their values. That's not easy to do.
No.
To swim against the current and filter what our children consume so carefully.
But the results he describes are just odd. When Astha started telling her own stories at 3.5, what came out was what he had put in. He describes it as pure creativity, love, honesty, harmony. It's like he planted a garden, and the most beautiful flowers bloomed, conclusively proving that you truly reap what you sow in a child's mind.
And this isn't just about creativity. It's about developing a deep emotional intelligence.
Exactly.
The example he gives of Astha's sensitivity just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Imagine a child under 10 watching a classic film like Do Aankhein Bara Haath for a few minutes and saying, Papa, there's too much fighting in this. I don't want to see it.
It's astounding. It shows a level of self-awareness and empathy that many adults struggle with. He rightly points out that this kind of sensitivity doesn't just happen.
No.
It's the result of years of emotional nourishment, of choosing what to show and what not to pass off as just a story.
But what makes this article so powerful is his vulnerability.
Yeah.
He doesn't position himself as a perfect parent. He talks about the missed moments.
Oof, yes.
The pain of thinking about recording Astha's delightful childhood stories,
Yeah.
but never getting around to it until years had passed and the moment was gone.
That part resonated so deeply. It's a quiet heartbreak
Yeah.
that so many parents feel.
Yes.
And his insight is so sharp.
It is.
He quotes, if you want to shape a child, you have to seize the moment, because once it passes, it may not come back.
And then he delivers the most honest line in the entire piece. He admits that he's run out of stories now.
Right.
And he says, it's not that I can't, it's that I don't. He equates it to going to work. You
Wow.
don't just want to go. You make it a priority.
Yeah.
He's telling us that parenting and storytelling within it requires that same level of non-negotiable commitment.
Exactly. He shows us what that commitment looks like with examples like Mool Shankar Bhatt, who translated books into Gujarati just so he could tell stories to children. Or the poet Vinod Joshi, who used a timer to stretch his son's imagination. This isn't about being a perfect storyteller.
No.
It's about being a present parent.
And it's so practical too. He shares that lovely anecdote about using a story of Ganesha and Kartikeya
Yeah.
to teach Astha to try new foods. The lesson was simple: never say no before trying something.
So smart.
It's a perfect example of a story being a tool, not just a luxury. It builds values, develops taste, and fosters a love for reading.
A love for reading that, as he says,
Right.
leads to a child who doesn't need much teaching. A child who becomes a light, not just for your home, but for the world. It's such a hopeful vision. His call to action is for all of us, parents, teachers, society.
Yeah.
He suggests storytelling camps should be for adults, not just kids,
Yeah.
because we are the gatekeepers.
Which brings us to his breathtaking final thought. The world doesn't need more festivals of water. It needs a festival of stories.
Yeah.
He argues that a child raised on good stories doesn't need to be taught values.
Yeah.
Because they are already growing inside them organically and beautifully.
It's a profound and beautiful challenge to us all to see every story we tell
Right.
not as a fleeting moment of entertainment,
Yeah.
but as a sacred act of building a better human being and by extension, a better world.
Absolutely. This article is a reminder that in our fast-paced, distracted lives,
Yes.
perhaps the most important thing we can do is simply sit down, connect, and tell a story.
Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. What is one core value you received from the stories of your childhood? And how can you pass that value on not just to a child but to anyone in your life through a story of your own?
This conversation invites us to reflect on the role stories play in childhood and how, through them, values and memories take root. I would love to know, do you have a favorite storytelling moment with your child that you will always treasure? Share it in the comments because your story may inspire other parents too. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on our social media handles and visit our website for more such meaningful conversations. Namaskar.